Hey there, fellas. We finally made it to the interesting part. Today we're going to be testing this coating. We've read through the comments, what people suggested we try to do. And so right here we've got some chemical compounds, paint thinner, gasoline, just to show you that this coating is quite durable. Plus we'll be inflicting some physical damage. And here's what we're going to use for that purpose. What have we got? A nail. Somebody asked that we key it. We've got a brick, a hammer, an axe, a modified baseball bat. Right, what else? We've also got something a bit more hardcore. We've got a traumatic pistol, an OSA, an air rifle, and a shotgun. We're gonna save that last one for dessert, just to give this coating some kind of serious challenge. Alright, let's get this party started. I guess we'll start with the paint thinner. There's not a lot in here. We should have bought some more on the way over. I'm gonna go ahead and pour it all out. You can see it dripping down the side of the car. There we go. That should be more than enough. Now we'll just wait for a bit. I'll pour a bit of gas onto the car as well, so that nobody doubts that this coating is very much resistant to gasoline. That was a generous helping, and now we wait for 90 seconds to 2 minutes. I'll rub the car down with a rag to show you guys just how durable this coating really is. So here's where I emptied out that paint thinner, which hasn't even evaporated yet. And so the only thing that came off is a bit of dust and some black particles from the rubber moldings. No surprise that the paint thinner melted the rubber. And what about the gas? It is pretty coarse. The gasoline barely did anything. Whatever you can see, that's probably just the dust from when we painted the car, which didn't fully dry out. I mean to say didn't stick. Yeah, that's it. Okay, so this material, it isn't going to dissolve if you pour some gas or paint thinner onto it. Right, now we get to the physical damage part. First, let's try the nail. Yeah, you know what? It did leave a few scratches. But I just rubbed them with my hand and they're gone. I'm already pressing down as hard as I can. See that? And if I were to use a damp rag, I'm pretty sure that'll clear them up completely. Check this out. But a nail isn't the same thing as a branch. That's not going to leave such a serious mark. Right, what else we got? While we're on the subject of nails, we've prepared a stick, which is a bit riddled with nails. Let me just give the car a good hit. Oh shit. What do we got? After a few hits, the nails are all bent, but the coating is quite intact. There is a dent in the sheet metal now, or maybe that's bog which cracked together with the paint. But all in all, nothing terrible happened. Next item. Right, fellas, now we'll be using something essential that you can find basically anywhere on the street. Let's try it out. Right, so my aim isn't that great. I guess we try again. Okay, let's see what that did. Right, so I haven't touched any of this yet. Now let me just brush it off. Case in point. The coating itself is completely unscathed, though there is a dent in the metal underneath. However, the protective layer is just fine. We need to step up our game. Bricks are no longer cutting it. That brick really didn't do much, but I'm sure this axe will be a completely different story. I'll give the car a hit right about here. Hopefully it chops right through. Want to try that again? What the hell? Right. I thought this would be way simpler. I mean... Holy moly! Come check this out. It did slightly hack up the hood, but it wasn't able to penetrate the coating, though it might have breached it over here. No, it did not. There you have it, guys. I remember somebody saying that this is all horse shit. That's some pretty indestructible horse shit. Okay, fellas, so far we weren't able to do any serious damage. So I'll go ahead and try this rifle. These pellets are a tiny bit heavier than the standard ones you'd use. I guess we'll see. Hopefully the cameras are able to register the exact moment of impact. Right, I'll step away from the car. And I guess it'd be a good idea for my cameraman to keep his distance, in case the pellet ricochets. You never know. I can see where the pellet hit the car. I'll try sending another one to the same spot, or maybe I shoot a bit lower. Nah, I don't think so. I'd better aim for that rib. Okay, status report. Now check this out. Here's where the first pellet hit, and here's the second one. Absolutely no damage done, with the exception of a tiny indentation in the metal right here. Seriously, that's it. Oh wait, there's another small dent over here. As for the coating itself, it held up just fine. You know what? It's about time we stop trifling, using these children's playthings. Time for us to whip out something a bit more hardcore. I guess I'll use that traumatic pistol first, followed by something with a bit more firepower. Right, let's do this. So we're kicking this off with a 9mm Makarov pistol, 90 joules. It should be able to pierce the bodywork. And here are the results. Check this out, fellas. Admittedly, that was a rubber bullet, but here's what happened. It made a slight indentation, nothing serious. That dark spot is the rubber from the bullet itself. The coating didn't sustain any damage. Again. It didn't crack, didn't split. It bent in together with the metal. This stuff is good. Now we use that OSAM. Those bullets have a larger surface area, so yeah, let's see what they do. I'm shooting from a distance of about 6 or 7 meters. Okay, let's see what this OSA is able to do. What can I say? I'm disappointed. I really thought that thing would do a bit more damage. It did leave a bigger dent, though. Not much in the way of residue. That Makarov bullet left more material. And again we see that the metal gave in, while the Linux is perfectly intact. What a great material. Maybe I should use this stuff to coat my own car. Alright, now we get to the biggest gun we've got. Let's see what the shotgun can do. We'd better figure out which round to use. Anyway, here's the situation. Nothing we've tried so far was able to do any sort of significant damage. But hopefully this will be a game changer. This here 12-gauge shotgun. I'm not going to be the one shooting it, since I do have a pain in my shoulder. I'll let my buddy do the honors. He is a pretty good shot. Okay, let's get to it. Here's what's up, guys. They're mostly concentrated in one spot, right next to this rib. And the sheet metal, as you can see, is quite severely bent in. As for the Linux, it actually peeled off together with some of the paint from this door. That said, it very much kept it together. You just can't tear the stuff. This is some seriously durable material. I love this liquefied plastic. In the name of science, I reckon we should do that again, but aim somewhere in the middle of the door this time. Alright, let's do this. Here is what we're looking at. Since we are shooting from close proximity, we had to watch out for a potential ricochet. We were shooting at a slight angle, and here's what's up. We're looking at a pretty serious dent in the door. I'd say it's about 25 to 30 millimeters deep. A few of the pellets, we were using 3 mil, which did penetrate the Line-X, and after that they rolled between the Line-X and the sheet metal until they wound up down here. I'm not sure whether you can clearly see this little lump. All of the pellets that got through are concentrated down here. Will you look at that? This is one hell of a material. You can even use it to get a mild layer of armor going around your car. I'm guessing it's about like maybe a 4 or a 5 on the protection level scale. And so those are the results. It's not an easy thing to damage. Oh wow, look at that. I did check to see what happened on that side, and the sheet metal didn't have any holes in it. Most likely thanks to that protective coating. But when did we ever quit this early? We do have to get somewhere with this after all. So now it's time for us to bring out the heavy machinery. Well, it ain't super heavy, but it is quite heavy. You'll see what I'm on about. You're in for a bit of a surprise. Let's do this. All right, fellas, just like I promised. We're throwing some heavy machinery into the mix. We'll slam it. And here's what happened. Even after bashing it with that other car, with its massive metal bumper, we were able to make a healthy dent, but we failed to damage the protective coating. As for this spot where the Line-X peeled off, it looks like it's split together with the factory paint. I was hoping we could at least scrape it off slightly, but so far this just ain't working. That coating is just sticking to the door, the quarter, the hood, and it doesn't want to come off. It's incredibly hard to damage. We saw that it can hold its own when you come in head-on, but we're not done just yet. I'll try attacking at an angle. Hopefully that'll tear it off the body. Let's give this a try, shall we? Finally, the result we were looking for. We caught it with the sharp edge on the bumper and tore it off. But that's not down to improper application of the material. It looks like the guys got a bit lazy when prepping this bit right here. I see a glossy surface, meaning it has zero adhesion. That's all good. At least we were able to do what we set out to do, and that's cool. Right, guys, you saw it all for yourselves. This coating is pretty awesome. It can withstand basically anything. It's resistant to chemicals, physical damage. You can get it in any color, and choosing one is a very easy process. I guess it's time to wrap this one up. If you enjoyed the video, go ahead and give us a thumbs up. Send in your comments and suggestions. All right, catch you later.